Hello again, everybody.
Hi. We're going to today. We've been thinking about this for a week or so, or I have. I came up with this brainstorm while I was driving.
We're going to talk about some of the things that we find necessary. Some of our tools and little gadgets we've found that makes driving a lot easier for us.
Yeah, we've got
a lot safer.
Yeah, we've got those that we think that every trucker should have, that we think every trucker should have, and then we have 7 of those, and then we have like 7 optional, like helpful things that not necessary to have, but it sure does make our life easier.
We're going to start out with the navigation system. It's very important that you make sure the navigation system you have states that it is for commercial trucks.
Yeah.
If not, it may route you down low overpasses, down low weight bridges or whatever. Just make sure that it's for trucks. And what's really helpful with the one we have, the Garmin, is that, and we're not advertising for them.
Right. Any product. Let me say that any product that we talk about, any name brand, is we're not compensated in any way to do this. It's just the brand we happen to have.
Yeah.
So.
You can sync it through Bluetooth it to your phone, and you can get weather updates. You can get traffic updates. It tells you ahead of time if a road's closed, there's an accident, in real time. If there's delays,
it will even, like, if it gets longer than longer than a 10-minute delay, if there's an alternate route available, it will ask you, do you want to see an alternate route?
Right.
And then you can choose yes or no or whatever, And
it's come in handy a lot of times. You got to watch though. Sometimes it'll say you're supposed to get off at exit 12. It'll tell you to go to exit 18 and turn and come back south to get off at exit 12.
Yeah, I think we call it, we also name a lot of our gadgets and stuff. We put names to them, and it's called Sammy. We call it Sammy because the voice on it is Samantha.
Yeah.
That you choose your voice you want to hear. So we just call it Sammy.
And we also have a second one.
Yeah.
That we use pretty much as a backup.
Yeah.
Not just a backup. They each have different features that, I like one feature better than the other one.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's called Randa.
Yeah.
It's a Rand McNally.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they're very important. They average between $300 and $600.
Yeah. Yeah, that's by far the most expensive gadget we have on the truck, but it's very necessary.
Right.
Very necessary.
Yes.
I think so. But
and some of them come with dash cams and different things, but that's something that I believe a driver must have.
Yeah. Yeah. Another thing that every driver should, I don't know, so they must have, because they have it. If you have a smartphone, you have it. I think you should utilize it. Is Google Maps.
Yeah.
We get a load come across, and the first thing not the first thing, because the first thing I'm gonna do is going to accept the load, and then the next thing is to put it into our navigation system and see how long it's going to take us to get there and how much time we have. And then before I leave, I have pulled up my Google Maps app on my phone and put in the address and look at the shipper or receiver that I'm going to, so I can get an idea of what it looks like, maybe where the docks are, if there's multiple ways to get into that building or into that property
facility.
To see. Then I go to the street view so I can actually view the signs like along the street, so I can say, okay, well, the first one is only for employees. The second or third one, it says truck ship entrance, just so I know when I'm going into the area, especially if I've never been there before.
And like she said, she uses Google Maps. I go to Google Earth.
Yeah, I use Google Earth. I
prefer Google Earth. And not only that, you can expand out, and see how far off the interstate it is. See what the roads look like coming into the facility.
Yeah, all that is, it's important, and it's good to know.
Yeah.
So if you're not getting into a situation to where, oh my gosh, where is this? Where do I go in? Not to say that hasn't happened before, because you get in.
Where do we park? Where can we park to go check in? And this kind of thing.
Yeah. So I think that the Google Maps, using Google Maps or Google Earth is just.
We don't use the Google Maps for navigation.
No.
It's just mainly to get a picture, an image of where we're heading.
Yeah, of the location. Yeah, either the shipper or the receiver. So we can see. Yeah.
Another very important thing we have is a load book. You can get them at most truck stops. I believe you can run 30 loads through it.
Yeah, it's like anywhere from $3.99 to $8.99, depending on the truck stop you get in, the part of the country you get it in. Yeah,
it's got all the information you need for the load that you're picking up, from our pro number, our load number that our company gives us, to a pickup number, the pickup date and time, whether it's by appointment or just first come first serve. The address to the shipper and the receiver, delivery date and times, your weight, number of pieces, whether it's a hazmat load, anything like that. Also has on another page, on the second page of this, is if it's a multiple stop load, you can put all that information. Also put your mileage that they give you. Empty miles, loaded miles, and total miles. And it's just, we make any notes we need for that particular load.
Yeah,
it's very important, and it's something small that you can put in your pocket and take into the shipper with you. That way you have all your numbers right there in front of you.
Yeah, it's like a pocket notebook, like those little pocket notebooks, and you have it there. We also use it, we write our mileage down for fuel when we're fueling.
Right.
And we write the mileage and where we are, because at the end of the, our company, what's required with our company, because there's two of us fueling, is, they want to know who fueled on that receipt.
Right.
So we have information we have to write on it. So that helps us when we're getting ready to send in our paperwork at the end of a load.
Right.
Anything, you need, I'm constantly referring to it. It usually sits, in our little caddy on the floor.
Yeah.
And I'm constantly, when I'm driving, especially when I'm getting close to a shipper or receiver, even though we have it in the navigation and all, I'll pick it up and I'll look at the name. Because sometimes when you're going, it's been hours or days since you've since you picked up the load or whatever. But I think I don't see how a driver would do without writing your information down in some way. I mean, and even if it's just on a piece of paper or a sticky note or something, because you can't take. I know a lot of them, they can use their phones and stuff, but I'm such a paper and pencil.
She's a list person.
I'm very much. I need to have that. The phone's the great. To have it on there, but I like to have it. It's hard to when it's on your phone if you don't have it pulled up right then, and you need to look at it and you're driving. You need to look at it. Well, you can't do that.
Right.
So, but if you have it written down on a little notebook or something, you can just reach down there and pick it up, put it in front of your face, and look at it, and put it back down. So, I think that's. I agree with Randall. That's one of the top items. Another item that I think that is very important is a planner or a date book. And the reason why I say that, because I use one, or we do, to write our loads down. As we write our load numbers down that's given our company. I write our where the shipper we're picking up at, where we're going, the city that we're going to, where the receiver is. I write down our date and time we are to be there to deliver, and then I also write down our loaded and empty miles, and I keep up with that because I'm very much wanting to know what to expect
right
on my paycheck. And then when we do get paid and we look at the stub, and if it doesn't match up with what I have, I'm calling. We're all out here not just to have, we're not out here to have fun, we're out here to make money. That's what everybody, that's what it is. It's a job, and it's important. So I
not
think
that it happens often, and when it does happen, it's
immediately corrected. I think in the almost 3 years it's happened like one time or something. It's not, it's just me. I'm just like such a I've got to keep up with stuff, and that
helps us too, knowing what we got, what we can plan to pay for next week,
what we can plan to do, and everything.
Our time ends on Saturday night at midnight. Well, we know Saturday night at midnight roughly what our check's going to be next Friday. So that's why I think it's important to keep up with that, and I just think that's it's just like a thing you should be doing. If you're not doing it, maybe consider doing it. Another thing that's really important, back in the day, it was the big rage. Everybody had a CB radio. Nowadays they call them backup radios because nobody ever turns them on till they get into a traffic backup. You have 900 people asking, what's the holdup up there? What's going on? CB radios help prevent accidents. If somebody hollers at you on that radio and says, hey, you got a brake check, or you got a wreck or something a mile ahead of you, well, you can go ahead and start slowing down. Something's coming instead of just popping over a hill and all you see is taillights. It's very important. We don't leave ours on all the time because nowadays there's a lot of garbage on there.
There's a lot of
foul language. Like I said, back in the day, before you had navigation systems, drivers could get on that radio and get information and get directions to where they needed to go. But it's still good to have, just to find out what's going on the road.
I think I agree. Our next thing I think is very important to us, I think it is anyway, is a little clock to have. Our company is based in the Eastern time zone, tri-state expedited service in Millbury, Ohio. They run on Eastern time, and so everything that we do, everything we're dispatched, everything, always a yard time is on the Eastern time. Well, you're not always on the Eastern time zone, but you need to know what time it is there because you have to put that information in. Always use that time. So we've got one of these little
$3.
Yeah, it was like $3 at Walmart, little digital dash clocks, and it works good. And we have it stays on the Eastern time.
It's one of those that is cheaper to buy a new one than to buy a battery part.
Yeah, because we've had to do that before.
The battery's $7 or $8. And you can buy the whole thing for
$3.99,
$4, something like that.
And so it
stays on Eastern time.
So that way Anyway, I think it's important. That's one of my must-have. Do you have another must-have?
Yes, I do. It's very important. It's not only better for you to use, it's the law, and that's a headset. For communications on your phone. You have to be hands-free, and like I said, it's the law. Get a good quality headset that stays charged Bluetooth to your phone, or you can even get at least a less expensive one that plugs into your phone.
Yeah.
You know, you're tethered to your phone that way, though. You know, but they're very good to have. It's very important, and it is a necessity on this on the truck.
That really should have been right up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should have.
Because it is the law. You have to be hands free.
Yeah. Yeah. And with that, we also have the little hooks we put up on to hang them.
So you're not fumbling around looking for it. It hangs right up here above our heads.
Yeah, because a lot of times when, you know, I'm driving, I know, and I have my headset on, I find, you know, well, I get tired of wearing it.
My ear gets hot.
Yeah, or something. Yeah, so I just take it off, and we have our little hooks up here, and we just hang it right there, and it's all right within hand reach, you know. And that's another important thing. Things should be in hand reach of the driver.
Right.
Yeah. Things that you use. So yeah, most definitely. Yeah, that's very important. Headsets. Yeah. So okay, that's all of we think is absolutely every driver must have. Now we're going to move into the optional. I know this video is getting long, but I think it's important. All this information, are optional items that we have that you know, we use all the time. A GoPro or action camera. I want to say GoPro. GoPro is actually a brand.
Right.
We don't have the GoPro brand because it's like extremely expensive, but we have a very good quality action camera that is mounted on a suction cup to our windshield, low down, and that's where you see all our videos. That's where we take all our road videos on.
And it's small. It's smaller than a pack of cigarettes.
Yeah, and you see, it's way smaller than that.
It's out of the way.
Yeah, and it's within easy reach, and it stays on, and all we have to do is, you know, stays plugged up and charged, and just reach up there and click it on and get a little video. That's what we use when we get our videos of the roads and stuff like that. And I think it's, you know, it's not
a straightforward view.
Right. It's not necessary, and all, but it's good. It's always good. Everybody's listening. What do you see when you're out on the road? You know.
Sometimes it can be a help, a necessity, if you're in an accident or whatever. Yeah. But you just got to remember, it's not always recording. It's not recording till you turn it on.
Right. Right. So it's we use it all the time. Yeah. But that's just because we do videos all the time.
Right.
Yeah. So I think it's good.
Another thing is an over-the-seat organizer.
Oh man, that's handy.
Most people, when they run solo, they hang over the front of the seat.
Yeah.
We run as a team, so we have ours over the back of the seat. It has a place for ink pens and whatnot, but on the back it's full of pockets for things like paperwork, our permit book.
Yeah, permit book, yeah.
Staplers, tape, just anything we need to get our hands on.
Our safety book.
Yeah.
DOT.
Our DOT book.
Yeah.
You can get them at most truck stops, $19 to $25.
Yeah.
It comes in very handy.
Yeah. Something that we've discovered is, you know, you have your phones, and you know you're going to have them close to you. They need to be close to you, so when your dispatch calls or anything, if you get a phone call out through your headset, because you're going to have your headset on, but still you've got to be able to access your phone, is a magnetic phone mounts. We have two of them.
Yeah.
One on the driver here, and then we have one on the passenger side too. It comes in really handy, especially if you're riding on the passenger side. You just clip we have these little magnet things, pads on the back of our phone cases, and it stays there. It's surprisingly, it's a good magnet because they don't fall off. It don't matter how bumpy those roads go, but it swivels a little bit, and it's I think it comes in really handy.
Yeah.
Rather than they do have like the suction cups, you know, for the dash or for the windshield, or the vent mounts, and I think we've tried
just about all
of them, but the magnet ones are the best. And $3.96 at Walmart. Now you can pay $19 $19 to $25 for one of them at a truck stop. But
Yeah.
you go to Walmart, $3.96. They have the little bins of all those little gadgets around the electronics aisle. Yeah, that's where to get it. $3.96 works just as well.
And along with that, something that we didn't put on our list, but it kind of goes hand in hand. You need to have extra cords for your phones, your GPSs,
Yeah,
and the camera and stuff.
Yeah.
USB cords.
yeah. You should always have that.
Another thing is in the truck we drive, which is a Freightliner M2. There's only one cup holder by the driver. And I'm a smoker. You need an ashtray. Not a lot of storage cubbies up front for the driver. Go to Walmart, again, our favorite place.
Yeah, I know we're not.
Makes life easier.
Yeah.
Get one of the little caddies that go between the seats on the car. It sits on the floorboard, you know. The old things like that. It's got 2 cup holders, several pockets. That's where our load book usually stays, is in one of those pockets.
Hand
sanitizer, medication,
sanitizer
anything.
wipes. You know, we've got just all kinds of stuff in ours, and
it's just something that's very, very handy.
yeah, not especially when there's not a lot of places to
Right.
put things up, you know, by the driver. Something that I use all the time is my little Visor. This thing, I tell you what, has saved me. I always talked about the sun. You just take and push it up in your window.
She's vertically challenged.
Yeah, yeah. But the sun will come in from the side, you know, a certain time, the day, you know, you're driving, because Randall drives primarily, how you say it?
Mostly.
Yeah, that's another way to say it. Mostly at night, so he's not challenged too much with that. But let me tell you what, that sun come pinging in, and it'll ping on the mirrors and then hit the side of my glasses, and I'm telling you what, it's just, plus it burns the side of my head off and my ear off, so I just pop it up there, and it's very versatile because it's not like the visor you have in front of you, which does go down in front, you know, for the windshield. This one, it goes on your side mirror. You can put it sideways.
Side
you can put it upside
window.
down. Yeah, side mirror. Side window. That's right, side window. Yeah, you can just stick it anywhere on there, and
you can see under it.
you can see under it. You can see around it. It's not too wide that you can't see your mirrors. You can see through it. It's just, I mean, it's perfect. It's $8.99 at most truck stops.
Yeah.
So it's very helpful. So.
Another thing that we have found is that's helpful is our loyalty cards
Yeah.
at the truck stop.
Oh man, yeah.
That's how we get our shower credits and this and that. As 2 drivers, you would think you would each have a card.
Yeah, it's not necessary.
We have found that if we have one pilot card, one loves card, one TA card,
Yeah.
all our credits, you know, all our shower credits are on one card. All our points are on one card. You can use those points for whatever. You get those by fuel. We have a little wallet thing.
Yeah.
It
For cards.
for cards. It holds our 3 cards on the front and our fuel card. It's always together. That way, if I'm stopping for fuel in the middle of the night, she's sleeping, I don't have to wake her up and say, hey, where'd you put the fuel cards?
Yeah.
Or whatever. It's always in the little cubby right above the driver's head. That way we know where it is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
And you can keep up with it.
right, yeah. And I think
That's it.
that's it for you. I just thought of something else. One last thing is gloves and wipes.
Yes.
Now, we started this a couple of years ago. Well, it was in March.
Mainly COVID.
Because of COVID. When COVID started, and we've just continued it, we use these gloves that surgical gloves, not surgical, I don't know what they're
Rubber gloves, latex gloves.
Latex gloves when we fuel.
Yeah.
You
Mainly
have your
for the
keypad
keypad.
because of this nasty, it's just nasty. And also, to handle the fuel pumps and stuff like that.
Keep diesel off your hands.
Right, you just flip it off, throw them away for you get in the truck, and you don't worry about getting it all over your truck and everything. And then also, I make our own. We have alcohol wipes. I get baby wipes, and we have this box, and it's been through some hard times. It's this little plastic box, the baby wipe box.
You can't find them with those like you used to.
Yeah. And I just pour like a half a bottle of rubbing alcohol in there. And we use that anytime after we get out of the truck, from fueling or get food, go to the bathroom, whatever. When we get back in the truck, the first thing we do is grab one, we wipe our hands, we wipe the steering wheels down and everything. Plus, whenever we're doing a shift change, we'll do that. We wipe all our buttons, all our keys, all our steering wheels, the side, hand, everything. We just wipe Qualcomm, navigation.
Anything we touch,
we just wipe it down. And, trying to stay healthy.
Yes.
And
not just from COVID, but any kind of illness.
And plus to get the nasty.
Good smell.
Yeah.
Smells clean.
Yeah. So I think that's about it.
Our next one will be, our next video we're going to do like this will be different little small tools we need on the truck. And then maybe we'll do one about our cooking utensils.
Oh, that'd be a good one. Yeah. That'd be a good
our
one.
Appliances.
And what we use.
Because we cook a lot on our truck.
Yeah. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope it's helpful to you. And
sorry about the length, but it was just...
If there's anything that we didn't talk about that you think that's necessary, comment. Let us know.
Hit us up on Facebook, YouTube.
Yeah. Leave us a comment, send us a private message, or and let us know what you think is your items that you drive with that you think is necessary. All right, everybody, have a good day.
All right, be safe.
Be safe. Bye-bye.
Thank you.